can't really say as I ever talked to Eunice myself. She always seemed to be a bit, false. But I must say, I'm sorry the way it's all turned out.
But when I see him going out on his night off, all dressed up and reeking of aftershave and looking so optimistic.
I'm hoping to meet somebody.
And Betty, he never does.
Well, it's okay. I haven't got a disease. I want to get divorced. I mean, thousands do it.
Oh, Fred.
Well, I know you're talking about me. There's no need to clam up as soon as I come in.
Oh, we were saying that it was hard luck for you, Fred, that's all.
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes, innit? Anyhow, I'm going out to her solicitors this afternoon. He's tying up a few loose ends,
Well, you want to be careful, Cop.
Careful, what of? Her grabbing me millions? Oh, give over. There's none there. I've got nothing, me flaming knout.
I'll tell you what, Freddykins. You play your cards right, and you can take me out to the graffiti club after we finish work. It'll be a right novelty for me, I've almost forgotten what it's like to go out with an unmarried man.
Well, I'm not an unmarried man yet, am I?
Well, it's all over by the shouting.
Anyhow, I'm not going across there to them idiots after what they did to my car. Ooh.
Well, all right, the Las Vegas club then, or the Golden Suspender. Anywhere, you know me, I'm not fussy as long as it's expensive. And Betty will come too, won't you, love? I'll lend you my sequin boot.
Hey, hang on a minute. I'm not taking you two out again after what happened last time.
Ah, but they've not got a lake at the Las Vegas, have they? Just a very small fish tank in the foyer. And I doubt whether even you could drive your motor into that.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm laughing at. Just getting rid of one woman, I'm still lumbered with three, aren't I?
I know. Some men have all the luck, don't they?
Not you as errand girl this morning, have they?
Aye, well, we must all take us turn,
You all right?
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, I don't know, love. When I think of the life you've had, the chances you've had, the chances you could still have. You're still a very fine-looking woman,
Are you flirting with him, Mr. Roberts?
Of course I'm not.
Oh, pity. I could have done with my morale boosting.
Oh.
Shall I go out and come in again?
Don't be daft. I'm just saying to Elsie, though, she shouldn't be working in that factory, Running errands for bits of kids half her age.
No, and we shouldn't be stuck behind shop counters all day, neither. We should all three be on a yacht, sipping long, cool drinks in his bikinis. Well, don't just stand there, Al. You're the fella, go to organise.
Right.
Phone for you, love. It's Turner and Green about that
Oh,
invoice.
right. Here, deal with that one,
Oh, right. What were all there about?
Oh, I thought I looked a bit down in the dumps.
Well, you do. You're not still worried about them three fellas till the night, are you?
Oh, no, I'm over it now. Shook me up a bit at the time, though, and it makes you think. Makes you look at yourself. I said to myself, Elsie, what are you doing? You're going out on your own, you're coming home on your own.
Happened to me once.
When?
Oh, it was a long time ago. A fella, well, I managed to get away before he could do any real harm. It was when I was married to Ray. The thing is, I know what it feels like.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You did have Ray to come home to. Me, I go out on my own, come home on my own, go upstairs on my own, go to bed on my own, and wake up on my own. See, I don't think Alpha's far off the mark when you think of it. Chances I've had.
Morning, ladies.
Lola.
All right now, Elsie.
I'll survive.
Of course you will. You always do. Give us a packet of my cigars, will you, love?
Right.
Don't mind me jumping the queue, do you, darling?
Feel free. We're used to being trod on.
I can't think of any two women in the country, with the possible exception of Maggie T, who are less likely to get trodden on than you two. You three. Just off to see your old man, as a matter of fact, to put some advertising this way. Did he tell you?
He doesn't mention every little detail of his day.
Little detail. You see, that's what I am. Good job I take everything in my stride, isn't it? See ya.
Reaction ran so high that a public meeting was held, which left anyone who attended it in little doubt of the very real strength of public opinion. In spite of this, the council subsequently granted planning permission for the proposed disco. It was widely felt. I think that's a bit timid.
It's a bit colourless. How about cutting right across public opinion, the council gave a go-ahead to a project with etc.
Yeah, okay, right, keep that in, which, in the light of recent events, has proved those who opposed it to have been absolutely right. 100% right. No, absolutely right.
Mr. Barlow, are you sure you want to do this?
Well, you know the problems it's causing, and will continue to cause.
Yes, I know it's a crusade, and crusading's all good stuff. But it's just that I think there are other things that go on around here, much worse things to get steamed up about, like muggings and vandalism, old people getting ripped off. Like that old woman in Maudsley Street, don't you remember, who had all her savings conned out of her by a man who said he'd come to fix the roof. Apart from anything else, con men and muggers don't on the whole advertise with us, do they?
It's not either or, Sally. We do that as well. And I take your point about the money.
Hi. Hard at it. That's the idea. Where are the green eye shades?
Cup of coffee, Mr. Baldwin.
No, thank you, sweetheart. I'll take a rain check on that, and I'm a bit pushed this morning. I just wondered what you thought of that stuff I dropped off yesterday.
I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to take it.
No space, eh? Well, that's all right. Start it next week, but no later. I mean, that'll still give us plenty of time for the Christmas party.
No, I mean that in future we can't take any advertising for the Graffiti Club. It's against editorial policy.
What editorial policy?
Well, it's quite simple. There have been a lot of complaints.
What, Fredchie? You don't believe that big baboon, do you?
Elsie Tanner? That wasn't exactly a very pleasant experience for any woman to have to undergo.
Elsie has got no proof those blokes came from our club. They could have come from anywhere. Anyway, she's all right. I've just seen her. So on the strength of that, you're turning down hundreds of quid's worth of business.
Hundreds of quid's worth?
Yeah. This is the first of a series. Full-page jobs.
I don't care if you buy up every bit of space in the paper. We happen to think that the Graffiti Club is a public nuisance against public interest. And it's our job to say so, loud and clear.
We? Let's not kid ourselves. It's you, isn't it, chum?
Yeah, okay. I mean, me. As editor, it's my decision, and I've made it. So, obviously, we can't do business. I'm sorry.
Sorry. You're laughing your little socks off, and we all know why, don't we?
I think I've made myself perfectly clear, so there's really no point in prolonging this discussion.
Well, obviously not with you. But I wonder if your co-director would take such a high-handed attitude when he realizes how much lolly that this tin-pot little business is going to lose.
Oh, I hope I'm not disturbing you, Mrs. Bishop, only I know it's dinner time, but I did knock on earlier, but you were out.
Oh, I was at work. No, come on in. I was just catching up on the ironing, as a matter of fact. If I leave it till the evening, I never feel like doing it.
Yeah, my mum says the same thing. At the end of the day, she likes to put her feet up and watch the telly with a bag of caramels.
How's the hand?
Oh, that's fine, Tar.
Would you like a cup of tea? I was just going to...
No, thanks all the same. I can't stop long. The thing is, about that ad you put in the Polly, I'd wondered if you'd done it yet.
Well, I was going to have a try at writing a card out this evening, as a matter of fact, but, well, it's a question of finding the right wording. I mean, I do rather like the idea of a young person, but, well, to be honest, I wouldn't want someone who played the bongo drums or burnt joss sticks, you know, that sort of thing. Just a nice, quiet, normal sort of young person would do. If there are any these days.
I'm normal. I never played a bongo or burnt a joss stick in my life. So what I was wondering, like, is, would I do?
As my lodger?
Well, as I said, I don't get on that well with the lads where I am, and I'd be right pleased to move in if you'd have me. And I do study astronomy, which is a fairly quiet hobby on the whole, unless I make contact with E.T.
E.T.?
Extraterrestrial. You must have seen the film.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, no, I didn't, actually.
You never? You missed a treat.
Well, that sort of thing isn't really my cup of tea.
Star Wars? Return of the Jedi? Close Encounters of the Third Kind? I mean, they're not just for kids, you know. I mean, apart from the technical brilliance, they're a sort of total experience. I tell you what, next time they come round, we'll go together. You'll enjoy it, I promise it'll be great. I'll educate you into a whole new world. Oh, but you've not said about me coming here yet. Are you willing to take me on?
Well, it looks like I'll have to, doesn't it? If I'm going to complete my education.
Yeah, all right, love. I've got to go now, okay? Yeah. See you tonight, then. About 8. Yeah, don't be late. Hi.
Boyfriend?
Oh, one of them. Enjoy your lunch.
Oh, fabulous. There seems to be something very sinful about going out for lunch in the middle of the week, even if it is only with your husband.
Shall I make you a cup of tea then?
No, not for me, Tar, love. I've got to get back. God, even flipping Cinderella got till midnight.
Are these all the messages?
Yeah. There's only one important one. Mr. Baldwin rang to speak to Mr. Statham.
Oh, yeah? What did you say?
The truth, he's not been in today and I don't know when he will be.
That won't put him off.
Oh, yeah, Deirdre knows all about our little dilemma. In fact, we've been discussing it over lunch.
I'd hardly call it a little dilemma.
Well, it's not unheard of, you know. I'm quite sure national newspapers quite often refuse advertising, especially if it's for something they think will offend their readers.
Maybe they can afford to be choosy. Anyway, people pay to buy them. Still, I've said my say. You've made your decision. Now, I better get back before Al thinks I've got lost. I'll see you
bye-bye,
later.
love. Bye.
Bye, love. Bye, Sally. Nice to meet you.
Ta-ra.
Right, so what have we got then? Christmas panto at St. Winifred's. Do you fancy Mother Goose at St. Winifred's? Or would you rather do a scintillating interview with Gladys Snell, who has the oldest parrot in Weatherfield? I'm not sure who you'd interview, mine, Gladys Snell or the parrot.
You know, one day, when I'm the second Linda Lee Potter queening it in Fleet Street, I'll remember all this, you know.
Oh, so that's where your aspirations lie.
I don't intend to be stuck in Weatherfield all my life.
No. Seem to remember saying the same thing myself once.
Weatherfield recorder. Oh, hello, Mr. Statham. Yeah. Yeah, he's in. Do you want to speak? Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'll tell him. Bye. He said he'll be in between 5:30 and 6, and would you wait? He'd like to see you.
Did he say why?
No, he seemed pretty steamed up about something. You don't think Mr. Baldwin's managed to track him down, do you?
Oh, very likely, yes, Deirdre's right. He's not the type to give up easily. But your future Majesty of Fleet Street, nor am I.
Weather good, grub good, vino mucho cheapo, married life fantastic, love Mr. and Mrs. Eddie Yates.
I'm glad they're enjoying themselves. Yeah. Hey, do you remember that time we all went off to Mallorca and you got off with that flamenco dancer?
What was this? I never heard about this.
I didn't get off with him, I just danced a nifty flamenco, that's all. He had a lovely pair of castanets, though. What about her? Missing playing home and staying on with that con man who said he was a property developer. That was your real holiday romance starts. I was madly, passionately and pulsatingly in love. What recall? I forget.
Oh, you often do.
Yeah, don't want to be late.
Well, no. We'll manage all right, lovey. Hope everything goes all right for you, love.
Yeah. As long as she doesn't start coming one of her tantrums.
I don't see why she should. Well, Eunice's idea to get this divorce.
Yeah, well, you never know with Eunice, do you?
No.
You never know what game she's coming. I remember she told me some story about the fella she ran off with, and it turned out to be something completely different. No, telling the truth wasn't one of Eunice's strong points, Betty.
Well, you'll feel better once it's over and done with, lovey.
Yeah.
Go on.
I don't know. If I'd just had a nice midday treat, I'd not be standing here looking as if my fillings were dropping out.
Sorry, Alf, I was just thinking.
No, don't apologise. I'm not complaining. It's just that I like your face either way, you know. But it's a very bonny face, but it suits a smile better than a frown.
I'll tell you what. Next half-day closing, I'll take you out for lunch. How's that?
We'll talk.
Good.
Do you know, I think that's the first time ever in my life that a bonny lass has ever asked me out.
You better make the most of it then.
Oh, I shall, don't worry. I'll tell you something else and all. I think I like this equality laugh.
Deirdre, can I have a word with you in private?
Well,
Yeah, it's all right. I've got to see about that invoice. Do you know, they haven't sorted it out yet.
yeah?
You've got to have a word with that old man of yours.
Have I? What about?
I would have thought you know perfectly well what about. This stupid vendetta he's carrying on.
Vendetta?
Well, what else would you call it? First of all, he refuses to take the graffiti's advertising, and now he's writing a piece knocking the place.
Well, presumably he thinks it's justified.
Now, look, don't you give me all that in the interest of the public garbage. We all know why he's doing it, don't we?
Do we?
Now, you just tell him it's stupid, it's silly, and it's bad business sense. You tell him that.
Well, I think you've got a flaming nerve, assuming that Ken had let personal considerations affect the way he runs that paper. It's got nothing to do with what happened.
No? Well, I admire your loyalty, but I look at it in a different way than
Well,
you.
that's up to you, isn't it?
So are you going to talk any sense into him or not?
I'm not going to interfere if that's what you mean. The way he runs that paper is his business.
Even if he runs it into the ground, which is what he's going to do, as sure as eggs are eggs, the way he's going?
Look, it's sweet of you to be so concerned, but if that happens, that's our problem.
Oh, I'll...
It's all right, Alf. Mike was just going.
Look, I I don't like a fight, Deirdre. Nobody in their right mind does. And I was hoping with your help that we could have settled this in a much more friendlier way, but if Ken's determined to slug it out and you're obviously not prepared to stop him, then, well, sweetheart, you know what they say about the best man.
Don't some people just make you want to hate them?
Oh, you're back. How did it go, Cock?
I'll put the kettle on, Fred, and make you a nice cup of tea.
No, I won't have tea, Betty, thanks. I'll have something stronger.
Oh.
Anybody else?
No.
You know, it's a funny thing. Probably the last time I've seen Eunice. She hasn't changed much. Hair's done a little bit different. Otherwise, she's, well, just about the same, really.
A fine-looking woman, I'll say that for her.
Probably a bit too glamorous for me. That's been the trouble, hasn't it?
Hey, now, give over, Fred. It's not like you to put yourself down. That's usually my job.
Yeah, well, knocks chunks off your job like this, you know. Now it's the dinner pots.
Dinner pots?
Pots and pans, bits and bobs of furniture, little colour telly, things like that, you know.
Oh, what about them?
Well, she wants them back, doesn't she? Last pound of flesh.
You'll not let her.
Yeah, well, she said she wanted them. She's getting married again. Needs them to set up home.
Flaming cheek.
Anyway, I said that I'd like that little colour telly. She can have the rest. The flaming lot, take it.
Oh, now, come on, Fred, don't be bitter. It ain't worth it, lovey.
Oh, not bitter, Betty. It's life, innit? It's all gone and well, there's now to take its place.
Oh, there will be.
Of course there will. And in the meantime, look on the bright side.
Bright side.
Well, like you said this morning, you've still got me and Betty and Mrs. Walker. So light of my life. What more could you possibly want?
Another stiff drink.
There's rather a lot of books, I'm afraid.
Well, that's all right. There's plenty of shelves up in your room. Why don't you go up and start unloading them and I'll make us some tea?
Oh, I don't want to put you to any trouble.
Oh, it isn't. I'm happy to do it. Do you have any special likes or dislikes in the way of food, by the way?
Oh, no, I'm dead easy, me. I eat out. My mum used to call me the human rubbish disposal. She says at least in that respect I was qualified for my job. Oh, I'll get this lot upstairs then. It's a belting little room, by the way. I'm going to be right snug up there. Thanks, Mrs. Bishop.
Right, you've got 3 guesses. What have I got under here?
A steam engine, an elephant, Mr. Tatlock's cap.
Oh, yeah, you're perky this afternoon.
I'm feeling rather cheerful as it happens.
Oh, you feel a lot better when you've had a taste of these. Homemade potato cakes. And I'll tell you, the lads in my platoon used to say, Percy, if there was any justice, to give you the military medal just for your potato cakes.
They certainly smell good.
Right, now then, where do you keep your butter? Because you have to have them while they're still hot and drip in with butter. And I don't want no nonsense about calories and cholesterol. Any road you could do with fattening up a bit.
I could not.
Any road, I just finished some and I thought to myself, I bet Mrs. Bishop's never tasted out the like of these. No, and it seemed daft having them all on me, Todd. I like sharing. Things are better when they're shared, don't you think?
Definitely.
Is it all right if I use that polished table to put my telescope on? Only I have a felt pad and it won't scratch it.
Oh, yes, of course. Don't worry about it. Girl is just moving in, Mr. Sugden. He's going to be my new lodger.
Do you know anything about astronomy, Mr. Sugden, or outer space? I've promised to teach Mrs. Bishop about the vast mysteries of the galaxy. Have you just made them? They look smashing. You know what? I'm going to be right happy here.
All right, Sally, you can pack up now.
I've just got one more letter to do, Mr. Statham.
Is it urgent?
No, not really.
Then it'll keep till morning.
Right then. Night, Mrs. Statham.
Oh, yeah?
Mr. Barlow.
Sally.
See you in the morning.
Keen girl. Yes. Right, what's all this nonsense about then?
Nonsense?
Come on, Ken, you know what I'm on about. Baldwin.
Oh, he's spoken to you then?
He rang me at home. In a state of high old agitation, I might add. I can't say he wasn't justified. You may be a bright lad, Kenneth, but you've a hell of a lot to learn.
Oh, maybe, but I am, correct me if I'm wrong, editor of this paper. I mean, that was our deal.
It was. You are also, of course, a partner. A junior partner.
Well, are you saying that every time it comes to the crunch, you're going to pull rank? Because that wasn't the way I saw it.
No. On the whole, I'm quite happy to leave the whole shooting match to you. I have other things to do.
But not on this occasion.
Kenneth, tell me, what do you think this business is all about?
The newspaper business. Information, ideas, a public platform for promoting awareness, stimulating interest, that sort of thing.
You left out something. Making money.
Ah, yes, well, I'm not totally unaware, but what do you think we might be in danger of letting the tail wag the dog?
As a free sheet, our advertisers are the tail, a very large tail. They're our only source of income. Never forget it, alienate them and we're done, finished. You can go back, cap it down to the council, see if they'll give you your old job back.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Tell Baldwin. It was all a misunderstanding. We're only too happy to take his ads. And then you can write your article.
Write it?
That's right. Say what a pleasant dive it is. How it's just the job for a bloke to take his girl or his wife for a Christmas booze up. How the prices are reasonable, the staff friendly, the service good. The ambience intimate, stroke elegant, stroke funky, whatever the hell you know the sort of thing.
That's it, is it? That is it. 10, 50, 100 local residents can suffer loss of sleep, vandalism, harassment, heaven knows what from that place, and we as a paper have to keep our mouths shut because Baldwin is footing the bill.
You don't have to lick his boots. But for the money he's spending, he's entitled to at least a pat on the back. Aye. I'm off. Leave you to it then.
And there's more Corrie tonight at 6:30 and then again tomorrow at midday. Well, coming up next here on Granada Plus, home of the hits, it's Emmerdale.